Cool. Hi everyone, welcome. Welcome to our Freedom Lifestyle event tonight. And for those of you that don't know me, my name is Bridget. And if you're watching this live tonight or if someone has sent you the recording, then equally welcome. I would just like to invite you to sit back and relax and listen with an open heart and an open mind. Tonight we're here obviously to celebrate Sandra and her adding a new bow to her business, which I'm super excited about. And you'll be hearing a little bit about our online health and wellness program and the whole food nutritional support that we use alongside it. And also about a business that is enabling us to have a little bit more of a freedom lifestyle. So yeah, it's exciting to just sit back, relax, chill out, and you'll hear some stories. So first, really to tell you a little bit about me, if you don't know me. I've been part of this business for, 4.5 years now, I think, so time flies. And to say that it has changed my life is probably a bit of an understatement. I started on the products around 4.5 years ago. Wasn't looking for products, wasn't looking for a business. It just came with the program that I was doing and ended up having huge changes in my body. My hormones regulated. I no longer got migraines. My skin cleared up. I had more energy. My moods stabilized. And it just kind of made me sit back and think, whoa, like what's going on? I've tried so many things in the past and nothing had worked. And this had obviously hit all the buttons. So I started recommending the products to everybody that I knew. And when it came an opportunity to look at the business side, it kind of made sense, but we can talk a little bit about the business later, but first I'd really like to bring on a good friend of mine, Ange, and she's going to share with you about our beautiful products and our program.
Thanks, Bridge. Hi, everyone. Welcome, Sandra, and all your crew that are here to support you. I'm sure that she's super grateful for all of you guys to jump on board. It's always quite daunting launching a new venture, so I'm sure that she's super grateful for all of your support. So I guess I'm here to talk about the hero of our business, and that is the whole food nutrition product that goes kind of along with our business. I think at the moment, the health in our society, we all just crave and strive to be nourished. There's so much conflicting information out there, and it's becomes so complicated and so confusing. I guess where I was about 5 years ago when these products were introduced to myself, as I was a really depleted mum of 3 kids, 3 and under. And, I was doing the best I could with my nutrition. I had a reasonably good idea as to what I should have been eating, but the realism, I guess, behind being a really busy mum and trying to do all the best you can, I really struggled, I think, to get that whole gap that I needed filled to help me thrive. And yeah, I think like that's all that we really want in life, right, is to thrive. And so this product makes sense to me. It's but basically whole food based nutrition, and the idea is just to try and flood the body with all that extra nutrients that we need in the times that we're in. I guess what I love about these products that is made by Juice Plus is that essentially our base product is just our trio. So it's a fruit, veggie, and berry capsule. There goes that crazy blur. And I guess what I love about these products is that it's basically just produce that is picked at peak ripeness, and which is when it's the most nutritional dense. And so then it's processed really, really quickly, which maintains the freshness of the produce. And then it's basically it's just made into a smoothie, and then all the water is taken out. So what you're left with is just this beautiful powdered product that maintains all that beautiful nutrition from those plants, and it's encapsulated. And it's basically, that's what it comes to us with. And we also have a vegan omega in our range. Struggling with this camera tonight, which is basically a natural blend of omegas, and it comes from the algae. And so rather than the fish, which makes it a lot more sustainable, and it also takes out, I guess, a lot of the processing ideas between all the toxicity in the fish that we have in our waters these days. For you guys that love research, we've got 25 peer-reviewed medical journal studies on these products. It's been found to help protect our DNA. It contributes to heart health, increases our blood flow, and also increases levels of key antioxidants. It's shown to improve and support our immune system, decrease the severity of cold symptoms, and also it's showing that our researchers show that it's bioavailable, which means that it can be absorbed at a cellular level. So which that basically means is it's doing what it say it's doing. We know what we should be doing every day, right, with nutrition. We know that what we should be eating, but often life kind of gets in the way. And so, these products, they're not to replace a diet by any means. They're not to replace what you're eating, but basically what they're designed for is to bridge that gap between what we should be eating and what we actually are managing to do. So it's basically a way to get like whole food based nutrition consistently. And we often find that the more that you eat of these kind of whole foods and stuff, the more that you crave. And we find that often once people start on these products, then more and more consistently they're craving that nutrient dense whole food. The thing that I love so much about our company is it's just really wants to help families, and in that, I don't know about you guys, but I know that most parents along the way have had struggles with their kids eating fruit and veggies. And what we've found with these products is that when you're flooding your body consistently with all these healthy foods, you often tend to kind of crave more. And like my kids quite often will go for snacks, they're pulling the cucumbers out of their fridge and the apples, and they're going for all those whole food choices. So what I love about it is that when you get the adult products, you also get kids between 4 and 8. There we go. Get a whole food product, or 4 and 18, receive the product for free, a whole food based product as well. So basically you're getting this whole food based nutrition consistently every day for your entire family. And for your adult order and your kids order, you're looking at around the price of a cup of coffee a day. The other product that we have is our whole food based shakes. These are by no means a meal replacements. Basically what they are is they're an incredible blend of whole foods. It's all plant-based, vegan, non-GMO, gluten-free, dairy-free. And it's a way that you can start flooding your body every day with this whole food-based nutrition. It's got things like broccoli and alfalfa sprouts and pomegranate and mushroom powder. And, these things that we're not necessarily eating every day. And it's a really easy, accessible way to get it into our system really quickly. I love these when you're hungry, you just grab something that's easy. When you don't have time for brekkie and you're going to grab that food out, your muffin and your coffee on the way out or whatever, the shake is such a beautiful way to start the day. You can make a whole food based smoothie with it. It's also great just chucked in yogurt and just a really easy fast snack. Elite athletes are using it pre or post workout. Kids as an after sports snack, they're using it before school, and that they're getting all this beautiful nutrition into them before they're trying to learn. And people in our program, they're finding that instead of reaching for the snack that's not going to serve them, they're reaching for this instead. And by, they're crowding out all that not so nutrient dense food, and they're flooding the body with all these whole foods. So combining our shakes with our lifestyle programs, we're seeing with people with reduced sugar cravings and losing weight and improved digestion, and they're feeling full for much longer periods of time. So it's decreasing that snacking that they'd normally be doing. And so I guess a lot of people that are on these products, we see so much of our lifestyle disease in our society right now in this chronic lifestyle spiral. And so we're kind of trying to prevent this. We want to prevent stuff. We want to optimize our health before something's going wrong. And I guess the last thing I kind of wanted to mention alongside this is that when you order these products, you receive access to our online programs for you and your families. And, we really want everyone just to be able to live a vibrant and alive, because that's when we've got that energy, we're able to show up so much better for everyone else in our community and our family and those around us. And so our lifestyle programs, they include recipes and exercise and mindset and so much support for all your health needs. So I guess that's kind of where, we don't know what these products are going to do for you and your families, but I'm just going to get Pauline to jump on now, and she's going to share what these products have done for her and her family.
Thank you for that intro. So yeah, my name's Pauline. I have been in and around this company for 4.5 years now, and the same time amount I've been on the products. I never came into this for the products as such, but I did come in for the community. So the product side of it was something that I wanted to try because 17 years ago I got diagnosed with Sjogren's disease, which is an autoimmune disease, and it affects things like rheumatoid arthritis, your skin, your eyes, pain, joint pain, inflammation. So I was pretty sick when I got it. I was an early childcare teacher, so as you can imagine, any bug that went around, so did I get it. And I didn't just go down for a day or two, I went down for a week, if not more. I was a mum of 4, still at that stage, youngish children, and we were both working full-time. I was studying full-time, and of course we owned our own business. So life was pretty busy. Getting put on medications was not something that I wanted, but back then I didn't know any different. If I had of, I probably would have chosen a more holistic way. But anyway, I had to do something about the pain. I wasn't coping, wasn't sleeping. I became very depressed, not being able to manage my kids in the weekends and after I finished work. So long story, really short, I got introduced to these. I wanted to try them. So along with a specialist, we decided that we'd give them a go. We had nothing to lose. I didn't drop any of my medications, but I did want to get off them. That was my main focus, to get off synthetic medication and look at whole foods. I noticed the change in me probably within 3 days. More energy, sleep was better, more focused, just more present, I guess, in the situation. Within 3 weeks, things started to change with skin. I had piles of sores on my legs that were ulcerated, and they were starting to disappear. So I just noticed huge changes in myself. Within the 6 months, I went back to my specialist. We'd done the bloods, and she couldn't believe the changes that had happened in that short period of time. The last time I had seen her at 6 months prior, we had done an ultrasound on my ankles and calves that were so inflamed with inflammation that I could barely walk, to the point that there was no sign of any inflammation in those joints at all. We made a plan. I came off half of my medication, and we decided we'd go another 6 months and see what's happened. So I did the 6 months, came back, and nothing had changed except my bloods were so much better. There was no sign of symptoms of rheumatoid arthritis. My joints were back to normal, and pain had disappeared, and skin, more energy, sleeping better, and I felt really good within myself. So I came off all medication, and instead of seeing my specialist 6 monthly, we went to yearly. And basically 4.5 years, I've never been sick. I haven't even had a cold until I went to conference in Canberra and got COVID. And so, I avoided COVID all this time too. So that was a bummer, but that's life, and we get that. But I haven't had a cold. I haven't had even a sniffle. And now I see my specialist every 3 years. So major results for me with just small changes, because I didn't follow big programs. I deleted certain things out of my diet, and I moved my body a little bit more, but in saying that, I wasn't going full hog to it. So I'm probably an 100% advocate for this. I mean, the results speak for themselves, so does my blood test. So yeah, that's my story.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I've never actually heard you share your story before. I know that you had such amazing results, but I've never actually heard you share it. So yeah, I don't know why.
There you go.
But I love it. And I love the whole, I love it how you worked thinking, right, I'm going to try and heal myself with whole foods. And I think for me, the idea with this is getting away from the ambulance at the bottom of the cliff. You know, like we're trying to have a preventative thing, like Ange said, you know, flooding our bodies with whole foods, so we're not needing to. Of course, the medical system is incredible. We need it for some things, but if we can look after ourselves to a level that we don't need to be having all these extras all the time, then that's kind of a situation we want to be in, no? So thank you so much, Pauline. Yeah, so I think we're going to switch gears a little bit now and talk just a little bit about the business side, obviously. When I came across this, I was a traditional business owner. I had a very successful catering company. So when I first looked at being a partner, it got my attention because there was the only fee was a yearly fee of $172.50. So compared to setting up a catering company, which was, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars, it was just like, oh, well, why not, you know? But of course, I had loads of questions, and I was really hesitant in the fact that I was so time poor. Like in a catering company, I'm head chef and owner, and some days of a wedding, I would work 18-hour days, like nonstop. So I just did, time was not something I had of extra. But what I found when I looked into this is it is completely a business in the box. So everything is laid out for you. You get mentored by incredible multiple six-figure earners that have gone before us and that share all the things that have worked for them. So I did this very part-time for about 3.5 years. It enabled me to work in my catering company in the summer and do weddings, and then take the winters off because I had the extra income coming through, so I could spend the time in the winters with my family. But then I got pregnant with my son, who's now 16 months old, and I was like, I'm not doing catering with a newborn again. And yeah, that's it. So I sold my catering company, and now I work from home around him. So one of the best things about this business is you get to meet people from all walks of life. And the fact is that there's people in here, we've got people that are nurses, we've got physios, we've got nutritionists, we've got personal trainers, we've got a chef, we've got people from everywhere. You don't have to have had any certain background to come into this business. And the person I'm going to introduce to you now is someone that I met through this business, Richie. And I'd love Richie to share a little bit about his experience with the business and the company, especially someone coming from a view of being a little bit in the limelight. So Richie, if you'd come off mute and share.
Sure, Bridget. Hey, thanks. Thanks for having me on. And Sandra, welcome. Welcome. Well, yeah, it's the first time I've heard Pauline's story as well. So I may have heard it, but men might have forgotten really quickly. But so I actually got encouraged to use the products early, about four years ago, before I even ventured into the business. I was busy as it was anyway. I was in commentary for Sky for a long time, and had a charity that I was running to support kids, mentoring kids and through to employment. So that was quite busy. But what I really was fascinated with was the people that I saw. And I'm a people person and understand cultures and organizations and understand people really well, I think. And that's what I was seeing, and I was attracted to it. So that was my first, I think, attraction to this business. Didn't really want to know about it, but I understood it was there. So I started to dig a little deeper in. I was really, really impressed by the culture within the organization, the ability for them to self-develop individuals. I was blown away by the extent in which they do that very well. I like the model in itself. I've owned quite a number of different styles of businesses in different industries. And I was at hello when they said $172.50 to start up a business. There was very limited overheads. I didn't have to deal with staff. There was no holiday pay and sickness pay that we have to deal with. Also looking at what has happened in the last 2 years when all those rates have gone up. And the impact on logistics, transport has really heightened the response in businesses, and it's really made life a lot harder for businesses. But with our model, we don't have to touch that. It's direct shipped to the customer, and we don't have to deal with stock. We don't have to buy the stock either. They do all the work, which I was just over the moon with. But the staff, I guess, acquisition stuff was awesome. Like, I didn't have to deal with staff anymore, and dealt with the sicknesses and issues that they do come with owning a business. What else was there that I was fascinated by? I think it was I was surprised that you could do it in 33 countries, and the ability the scope was massive. And all you have to do is either learn how to encourage other people, which is their mission statement, to help people get better, do better in their health and well-being, which is it's a high value of mine. And second, you can make money whilst on your social media. And I thought it was a great model and something that I'm really passionate about. And what I see for the future is ridiculously encouraging. So that's my story. And I'm going to throw over to Jackie, who has also got a business story.
Hey, thank you, Richie. Is that coming? Am I all good? Yep. Cool. So I'm Jackie. Thank you everyone for jumping on for Sandra tonight. I had the pleasure of meeting Sandra at her beautiful mums group a few months ago, 5 months ago. So how I got into this business was, well, where do I start? I was 39 and I decided to have my third baby. I've got teenagers, and so I've got 16, 18-year-old who I had at 24 and 26 years old, and then had a marriage breakup, and then I met my new lovely husband, and I thought, well, if I can try and have a baby before I'm 40, let's go for it, and got pregnant pretty much straight away. So yeah, having a baby at 39 was a little bit different, and probably like a year into being 40 with a little toddler, I was getting pretty tired. I was napping on the couch a lot, so I jumped on the products and had amazing results with getting my energy back. So I was very keen to look into the business side of things, and yeah, it's just been amazing. So I've been doing the business for a year now, had my anniversary just last month, and it's been amazing. Like, the people I've met through this community is awesome. As you say, there's just so many, like, from different walks of life, you know. I'm a trained primary school teacher, and I didn't want to keep with the teaching. I don't know, it just wasn't my passion anymore. I sort of, after I left my ex-husband, I went on a big personal development journey, and then I found out with Juice Plus that they're very into this holistic health, and personal development is definitely part of it, having the right mindset, and this community is just full of positive people who are wanting to make a difference, actually love and care about people, and yeah, just love that side of things. The business model itself is amazing. Everything's provided for you. The training is just out of this world, and it's all free. And I'm like, this is nuts. Like, I was paying to go and see coaches and stuff, like thousands of dollars, and now I'm getting all of this for free. I've grown so much as a person. It's amazing. You don't have to hold any stock. Head office does everything for you, and I'm just so excited about where this business is taking me. Just had so many people with amazing results. I'm very excited for the future. Hope you can still hear me. I've got a little one in the background. And so I just pass it over to Sandra, and just wanted to ask you, Sandra, what attracted you to the business in the first place, and what are you excited for in the future? Where did that go? Over to Sandra.
Hi everyone. Thank you all so much for coming and joining me, and I guess listening to a path of where I want to go with Embrace Motherhood. So Jackie came to my first mums group here in Papamoa, and she, started talking about the products that she was on and how they had helped her in her postnatal period. And my ears perked up when she said, oh, well, they're whole foods, because most of you know me, I'm pretty big on the whole foods diet and making sure that I'm feeding myself and my family as nutritionally dense food as possible. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then, we as a group talked about the postnatal depletion cure, which is essentially that as we come out of the pregnancy and birth stage, we tend to be quite depleted. So symptoms that, the overwhelm, the tired but wired, the lack of energy, all those sorts of things. So one of the main things about the postnatal depletion cure is whole foods, high in healthy fat foods. Mum brain, thank you, Bridget. And basically just trying to flood yourself and push yourself from that survive mode to thrive mode. And so that's what I was essentially following, and I just love how this complements what I'm trying to achieve with my personal recovery from having 2 kids. And I've been breastfeeding up until May for 3.5 years. Pregnant or breastfeeding for 3.5 years. So I was really focusing on what I could do for myself. And then I just love that I can offer this to any mum that comes through the door that has some of these postnatal depletion symptoms, because I think, as a mum or as a new mum, you're at the bottom of your priority list. Everything else comes above you. And even though, as Ange said, you know what you want to do and you know how you're meant to feel your body, you just don't, because there's so many other moving parts and so many other needs to be met. So I love that it's got the support behind it. It's got the guidance behind it. It's everything that I would envision that I could create for Embrace Motherhood if I had unlimited time and unlimited money and that sort of stuff. But it's there. It's ready for whatever mum needs it and wants it. And I just am so excited that it's another aspect of this Embrace Motherhood that I can support mums with. So that's me. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you so much, Sandra. And I love that. I love your Embrace Motherhood. I think it's incredible because there's not enough support for women postnatal. And like you said, like they've got millions of things going on in your head, and the last thing is to think about what you're putting in your body or where your mental state is. So I think it is such an avenue that needs that support. And like you said, this comes with everything, like our program has, shopping guides, it has mindset guides, it has all hundreds of recipes that are family friendly. It's got everything there in a box already, so you can easily tie it in a little bow and direct it into your business, which is so cool. So I think it works so well. So thank you so much for sharing, and thank you so much for everyone getting on tonight to support her. Like, I know we appreciate it so much, and it is nerve-wracking, even though we're on Zoom. I don't know why we get nervous, because like you can't touch anyone, but it's still nerve-wracking. So thank you. If you'd asked me 5 years ago if I would consider working online, I would have just laughed at your face. I didn't even know that it was possible to work online. So looking back, I'm so grateful that I took the time and said, what if? Not only have the products changed my life, but the business as well. So I'm now part of this incredible community and have friends all over the world, and they've got my back no matter what, which is priceless for me. So if anything that we've shared tonight around our incredible products or program that you want to know more about, or that resonates with you, or even the business side, you know, just please get in touch with either Sandra or whoever invited you here tonight. And I know when I first watched one of these events, I had a million questions. So I just urge you to get your questions answered. You can't lose anything by getting your questions answered, you know. So thank you so much, everyone, for coming again, and have an awesome week. I hope it's not raining too much where you live, and we'll see you again soon. So,
Thank you all. Appreciate it. Bye.
thanks. Bye.